Yeah, I do. Like in Reckoning Day, I'll go, let me remember how it goes. Yes, I'll use the G on that bar. So it's just an F sharp, and you're just hanging the thumb over the top. The riff part, yeah. That song was a song I'd actually written part to on my way home from kickboxing training, and I was thinking I'd written something on a piece of paper. It was a receipt from sushi, because I went to go get some sushi, trying to be karate man, eating fish and all that stuff, and I wrote on the back of the receipt, "His metal brain corrodes before the head explodes," and that's all I had for the whole song, and that was the first two lines of, There's different ways to do it. There's that way, and then I go, which is a version of the spider chord, or sliding off here. And that just does different stuff. Like there's another technique I started, sliding into chords like that. I did it with the stuff that, some of the stuff I did with Metallica. Like, what was it? I did that. That's my riff. So I came up with that stuff, and I think it's really heavy when you do that. Instead of going like, that's heavier.
Yeah.
So I don't have a famous scale. They were there before I was here. So I like playing some of the basic, rock and roll scales, which are, primarily blues scales, pentatonic scales. I like the chromatic scale. I also like the harmonic minor scales. Playing in major is kind of a little too happy for me, I think that's okay for, bands like Bruce Springsteen, to have that kind of, huggery, this kind of crap, I don't do songs like that, So I have to have songs that explain what my feelings are, and I write music that's a little bit more about what's going on inside of me, and, I'm sorry, I just don't write songs that are like, throwing bouquets of flowers into the water, I'm a guy that sings about, same kind of stuff, but, the different side of the coin, It doesn't make it any worse or any better, it's still the same thing. I have love songs too. It's just my love song. Boy meets girl. Girl doesn't like boy. Boy kills girl. It's a typical love story, right? My inspiration comes from all kinds of things. Any given day, there's all kinds of different stuff that happens. Watching the news. I went to dinner the other night, and I was having pizza, and this dad was talking to his daughter. And the daughter was probably around 7 or 8. She looked at me and smiled, and I looked at her, and I'm a dad, so I could tell she was really little. And I'm listening to the dad, and he's going, "Mommy's a liar. Mommy caught Daddy. Mommy said Daddy got caught watching dirty movies on Netflix, but we know Mommy's a liar, right?" And he's saying this to the little girl, and I'm getting madder, and I'm getting madder, and I start to get really fucking mad. And he keeps telling his daughter that his wife's a liar, and that he didn't get busted watching porno. And I'm going, psst, psst. I'm trying to get him to look at me so I can go, anything, At this point, I was ready to smash his face in his pizza. And I got up and I just walked out. And when I walked out, I was dripping sweat, and I wanted to hurt him so bad for what he was doing to that little kid. That's not right, It ain't my place to tell him what to do, but you know what? Somebody's got to do something about that, And I know when I was a kid and growing up, I didn't have anybody to protect me. I was on my own. So you see stuff like that, that affects you. That influences your day, It ain't all strawberries and orgasms. Sometimes there's bad stuff that you see, And I take the good with the bad, and I hope for the best with people, and I expect the worst, and I'm never disappointed. It's been a long ride. It's been very interesting. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen people get run over by cars. I was in a car that ran somebody over, killed him, and the guy didn't even want to stop. He was a taxi driver in Atlanta, and he called him the N-word after he killed him. He wasn't even going to stop. That's not right.